Welcome to the 25th anniversary of the Great Pottsville Cruise. I'm Ken Cara. I'm one of the co-hosts today, but really star of the show right here. Ed Hurst, you know everything about cars because I'll tell you behind us that looks, I know it's a Ford, I think I'm right, that's about all I know, so that's the reason we have this man right here with us. And we're actually in Jerry's Classic Car, what's the name of the museum again?
Classic Cars and Collectibles Museum.
All right, and you're the owner, you're Jerry Enders.
I'm Jerry Enders, the owner, yes.
All right, this is where the party starts for the Great Pottsville Cruise as we get ready to get into it. And we want to thank our sponsors, Pioneer Pole Buildings, Harry's You Pull It, Vito's Cold Fire Pizza and Restaurant, Congressman Lou Barletta, who congratulates everybody who make the Great Pottsville Cruise great. And remember, you can watch SSP TV News on Channel 190 right here in Pottsville, Comcast Channel 190 from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. That's SSP TV. Ed, you have a little background. This is 25 years. Give us a little bit of the history. You even know what night this started. You had a great tale. It was like Snoopy writing a novel. You were like, it started on a Wednesday night.
That's right, Ken. It started on a Wednesday night 25 years ago, and it just grew. The first 3 years, we did it on a Wednesday night, and then it just grew so big that we had to move the event to Sunday, and we hosted it at the Martz Hall complex. And I'm going to throw it over to Jerry, who can really fill us in on a little bit of the early history. We started out, like I said, on a Wednesday night, moved to Sunday. We gave cars away from a Hot Rod Lincoln to several years of classic Corvettes and a few others in between. Jerry, let's talk about that first Wednesday night.
Well, the first Wednesday night was a group of guys got together, Charlie Kirshner, Bill Klein, Roy Eiler, Bill Moran, and they just got together with this idea that they wanted to do something for Pottsville Pride and have an event, so they came up with a car cruise on a Wednesday night. They did that for 3 years. So it got so big, they decided to go to the weekend and do the weekend cruise on a Saturday, and then moved it to Sunday because we used Martz Hall. Then about 21 years ago, the Pottsville Lions Club got involved because then they needed a nonprofit organization and they needed more volunteers and help. So the Pottsville Lions Club, they've been involved in it now since 21 years ago. So it's a long time for an organization, and we've seen a lot of people come and go, but the Great Pottsville Cruise is still here. We're proud of it. It raises a lot of money for charity. Over the years, Ed, you've been involved. We've raised over $1 million for charity over a 21-year period.
Jerry, I remember when it grew from a Wednesday night event to a Thursday night event to a Friday night sock hop to a Saturday. We had moved the cruise to Saturday or Sunday, whichever, I forget one time frame when we moved it to a Saturday. But I remember like we did events uptown, like a pre-cruise show, and then we did the tuner cars at Coney Island, and then we did the sock hop at various locations, and then we had the big day.
Yep, absolutely. It was a 4-day event. Started Thursday, Friday, Saturday down at the Coney Island, and then Sunday, Martz Hall, and the big show, the big cruise around. People from Wyoming, Connecticut, New York, Jersey, came from all over. So Pottsville really got put on the map. Yuengling, they have Pottsville on the map, but the Great Pottsville Cruise, they really beefed it up and stepped it up, and it really brought a lot of other people to town. It's been great for business, great for Lions charities, and all the money goes back into the Lions charities to help others. And Ed, 2 years ago, Rich and Roseanne Markish, they stepped up, wanted to help, didn't want to see it end, so they offered to step in. So they're our organizers. I'm the, let's call, field advisor. So we're going to turn it over to Rich and Roseanne, and they've taken it by the horn, and they've done a great job along with their friend Big Dave. We're going to have thousands of dollars in raffle prizes, 50-50s, but we'll let Rich jump in there and tell us what he thinks of this. It's just fabulous this year.
All right, Jerry. Rich, so you got involved in this a couple of years ago, last year, I guess, got your feet wet, and it's a big undertaking, trust me. I've been involved with it, and I did it for 2 years, so I know what the growing pains, getting volunteers, and as everything goes, the Lions Club members keep getting older, and quite frankly, they can't come out and do 8, 10, 12 hours it takes to put this event on a single day.
No, you were talking about the first Wednesday. I wasn't here for the first Wednesday, but I remember hearing about that first Wednesday later on that night, everybody saying, hey, did you hear about the cruise? And from then on there out, I was always here. 2 years ago when some things happened and they were going to cancel the cruise, we stepped in and said, hey, look, we want to do something. And Jerry got involved and we sat and talked, and it was a tribute to thank everybody for all the work for the 23 years prior. Jerry, yourself, all the work you've put in, all the members of the Lions. That's why we did it. And we didn't know where it was going to go or what was going to happen. Even if you picked a night and you had 10 cars, it was still going to be a way to pay tribute to what everybody else did. And that's what it was about. And before you knew it, it started evolving all the way back. We wanted to take some of the really good points of the cruise over the years and bring them back. You know what I mean? The car show like now that's going on now, that was always a highlight. We wanted to bring back the rolling cruise into town. We were able to do that. The downtown car show after the cruise, we wanted to bring that back in. We did that. We brought the band. There was always a band after the cruise downtown. We brought that back in. And now this year we have the return of the sock hop. That was something that a lot of people wanted to see come back.
Well, I can tell you, everything is great, but there's one thing that none of us could ever control in 25 years, and I think Jerry will agree with me, is the weather. We've gone through some times where it was absolutely beautiful and got 1,500 cars. We went through one day in hell that we had a hailstorm, and there was nothing like having classic cars and hail coming down. People throwing blankets, their bodies on the cars at Mart's Hall. We've had national entertainers here. Dennis Gage came a few years. We had the Batmobile here. We've had all kinds of neat stuff at the Pottsville Cruise. And it's just evolved, and it's coming around full circle again, and it's reinventing itself again.
That's what our hope is. I mean, everything has its peaks and valleys, and I've looked into books, the Schuylkill Plus magazine, you read the history, and you didn't realize, man, one year there was 2,500 cars here. You think, will it ever get back? I don't know, but we're on a good step to start bringing back the things that made it famous and everybody loved, and we're trying to re-implement those things into the cruise.
Well, there was a lot of other towns that copied off of us and did their own cruises and stuff, and then as things go on, you have other towns doing things where you drew people in from out of the area, and then you're competing, next thing you know, against 3, 4, 5 events that day, and there's only enough of cars to go around to each.
Exactly. I mean, we tried doing some things this year, and we're going to look at maybe some more things next year. So I think we're going to be here for a while. I'm looking at we got off to a little bit of a slow start today due to Mother Nature, but if you look outside, a lot of people are coming out. So there's still a lot of people that are interested in the event. Facebook is a great medium for getting the information out there. People were messaging all week, was it still going after the floods and all, what happened downtown here this week, and the city of Pottsville worked really hard to get the city ready for us, and they told us Tuesday night we were still going, and I went out online, and within like 24 hours, you put something out there, I could track it. There was over 3,000 views that we were able to get out to 3,000 people that they knew we were still doing this today. So.
Okay, and your wife, how does she fit into this picture?
She's a brain.
She loves doing it. She's Jerry's go-to girl right now.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes girl.
Well, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that go on that people don't realize. The mailing out of information, the flyers, getting sponsors, getting prizes for giveaways, and printing, and the downtown, making sure there's portable bathrooms, vendors, food, drinks, fire police. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that people don't realize what it takes to put an event of this size on.
Exactly. I mean, and we're learning more and more, and the initial thing when I wanted to get on board was just keep it simple, let's keep it small, get back to the original, but even doing it that, you still see there's still a lot of work that goes into it. This man, our advisor here, is teaching me very well, but I still don't know. It's going to be a while till I know all those little intricate details that he just knows, you know what I mean? That has to be done. I mean, so he's going to have to give me a pretty good book to follow when he's ready to officially step away.
That's why I deal with his wife. She remembers everything. She actually has that briefcase that we always carry around.
Well, I can tell you one thing. You got big shoes to fill, because Jerry will always be known as the godfather of the Pottsville Cruise. So
thank you, Ed.
With that, Ken and I are going to go outside. And
I want to pause. I'm sorry. Before we go outside, I was walking around while you guys are talking. It's very cool in here. What's something not car related that you think is the neatest thing I could go shoot and show to our viewers? What's one of the coolest? I don't want to say not car related. Something that's not an actual automobile that I could go shoot.
You have the old pinball machines. You have we have a penny over here. A penny.
Okay.
That is 200 years old this year.
Beauty salon upstairs.
Yeah, the upstairs. You got to go upstairs and see the drive-in theater. The drive-in theater is amazing. The murals up there were painted by Dave Nadock, an artist from here in Pottsville that passed away. I'd invite you to take a trip upstairs and take a shot of the murals, the barber shop. You'll love every bit of it.
This is so neat. So even if you're not super into cars like me, there's something here for everybody. Really great story too, with you guys coming over and helping out a community event to make sure that it continues. And I think I'm ready to go outside now, Ed.
Okay,
So-
Ken, well, let's go outside and look at some cars and meet some great people.
When we come back, we're going to head outside here at the Great Pottsville Cruise. Remember, if you don't have cable, or if you have friends who don't have cable, or maybe they live in California or something, you can watch us anytime. Just go to YouTube and you're going to subscribe to that SSP TV channel. We'll be right back. We're heading outside here in Pottsville. Hey everyone, Ken Cara back here at the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. Want to thank our sponsors for making this possible here on SSP TV, including Harry's You Pull It, Pioneer Pole Buildings, Vito's Coal-Fired Pizza and Restaurant, and Congressman Lou Barletta, who congratulates everyone who makes the Great Pottsville Cruise so great. My friend Ed Hurst is standing by right now with more great interviews, and he's going to show us some more really interesting vehicles.
All right, folks, welcome back to the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. I'm here in Pottsville with our 9th Congressional candidate, Dan Muser. Dan?
Great to be here. Some great cars here. Another great day in Pottsville.
And you were throughout the county today. You were at the Pioneer Tunnel, was it?
Yeah, the Pioneer Tunnel had a annual picnic for to celebrate miners and coal. Extremely well attended, so I had an excellent time there. After that, we were just at a drug awareness event at a local park, and boy, oh boy, the turnout was both sad and encouraging. Encouraging in that people came out to support the efforts and to extend some help to those who need it in Pottsville and throughout Schuylkill County, so I was very glad to be there.
Dan, you have a lot of energy because I've been at a couple events with you before, and it just seems like you go 24/7. Every time I'm on Facebook, I see you're in Lebanon, you're in Berks County, you're in Hazleton, you're up in your area, Dallas. You're all over the place. I swear, like, did they clone you and there's like 5 of you running around?
You know, running for Congress, making the commitment to run and to do a good job requires a lot of dedication, and people deserve it. And people need it. I'm at the point in my life where running for public service and in fact serving is very important. And I don't like letting anybody down. When we say we're going to be somewhere, we're there. People need to meet me. I need to meet them. You learn a lot along the campaign, and it's going to make me better in Congress, better member of Congress.
Yeah, and I see you have a big office here 2 blocks down from where we're doing this interview.
Yeah, we sure do. Our campaign headquarters is here. Right on North Center Street, and should we be successful, hopefully when we are successful and we are in Congress, our main office will be here in Pottsville. It's truly the center of the 9th Congressional, so it'll allow us to help serve Berks and Lebanon and Luzerne and Carbon and Columbia, and we will have satellite offices, but our main office will be here in Pottsville.
Okay, hi folks. I'm here with this nice young lady here, and she has a dual role. This is Debbie Antebelli. She is the past president of the Pottsville Lions Club, and also, if you've ever come to town and gone to the Yingling Brewery Tour in the gift shop, you will see Debbie there.
I recognize my mouth, I guess, right?
Debbie, what part do Yinglings play in today's cruise?
Well, actually, we've been a proud sponsor of this cruise for 25 years as an exception. We've done the banners, we do the dash plaques for many, many years for the bags for all the drivers, and we also gave some raffle prizes as well. So we're a big, proud sponsor of the cruise.
Okay, and as a past president of the Lions Club, you have some insight to what goes into putting this show together every year.
I'll tell you what, it's a big job, and these guys, I mean, I help, but these guys here do a fantastic job planning all this. Organization, trying to get together the grab bags, who's doing what, getting these cars lined up is unbelievable. It's a big, big job, and these guys do a fantastic job at it. I'm really proud of these guys, I really am.
Getting back to the Yinglings, you just recently in the past year opened up a new gift shop. You've moved out of the old brewery building across the street into a new facility. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's great. We're probably our third summer in there. We are now located in the old creamery building right across the street from the old brewery. So our new gift shop is about 10 times larger than the first one. So you come in there, we do free tours, you get samples at the end of the tour, and a lot more shopping and a lot more museums. So it's been great for all of us workers as well as our new visitors. It's been a great experience.
And for our viewers viewing out of the area, what days are the tours and what time are the tours?
Okay, right now we're on summer hours. We're Monday through Saturday with tours 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, last one leaves at 3. Again, all ages are welcome. Tours are free. Have to wear completely closed shoes, of course. And then, of course, our new fall hours will be located on our website at www.yingling.com. They may change for the fall and the winter, so we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, well, enjoy the rest of the day here at the Great Pottsville Cruise, and I'm glad the weather's holding up so far.
Yeah, no rain. We had enough rain. No rain today, please. So looking for sunshine.
Other than being hot and very humid.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's always hot here in August, so what else do you expect, I guess, right?
Okay.
Well, thanks, Ed.
Okay, and we'll have more of the Great Pottsville Cruise to come.
And so that was Debbie you introduced us to. What was her last name again?
Debbie Antebelli.
So there's so many people who make this work, who've been involved throughout the years. You're one of them. Is it nice when you come together on this day and you see it all come together?
Absolutely. There's Debbie, she's, like I said in the interview, she's a past president of the Lions Club, and she runs the Yingling Brewery gift shop. And there's a lot of business people that donate their time and money to this cause for the cruise and have for several years. We have a good tight-knit community here, and this is a big event, and everybody pitches in every year.
We have a few moments before the actual cruise begins. Then we're going to do a little walkthrough as well when they park the cars. Ed, who knows a lot about the cars, will be telling you about that. We're in your car right now, chilling though, so tell us a bit about what we're in right here. I was very careful when I was getting in.
Yes, this is a 2016 Corvette Z51 Stingray Convertible. I custom ordered this car brand new in April of 16. It's the only one built in 2016 in this color combination of Admiral Blue Metallic with Adrenaline Red interior.
So say that again.
It's Admiral Blue Metallic with Adrenaline Red interior.
And you said it's the only one?
Yes. This color, they only offered it in 2016 at the end of the model year. And to get it with red interior, I had to do what's called a color combination override because it's not a recommended color combination in General Motors' mind. So I had to pay extra to have them put red interior in it for me. But I got the only Stingray convertible built that year in it. They did build 2 Z06s in this color combination that year. 2017, you see it more after people seen it, and I've had it around a lot of national shows. A lot of people ordered this color combination. It's 2017, 18, and 19. So,
when are you taking this car out? I mean, when's like a day? If it's a day like today, are you like, you know what, I might go for a cruise, or is it only like, okay, there's a show, I'm taking it out of the garage?
No,
today?
I do drive it. It's not an everyday car. I don't drive it in the rain. It's never been out in the snow. It might have been rained on maybe twice since I've had it, so it's not something that I drive in inclement weather. But when I do drive it on the weekends, I go places with it. You know, I do put some miles on it. You know, I go out of town, go to a lot of car shows, and do other things.
What's a nice place to cruise? When you have a nice car like this and you want to go out, where's like a road, or what's something you really enjoy, a path you really enjoy going on?
Well, if to drive this car to its full potential, you want to be on a good interstate where you can, you know, open it up and run it. I mean, it's...
So going up Route 61 back and forth, not really the idea.
Yeah, but you got to watch the potholes. If you're not dodging them, you're dodging the deer or the wild animals.
So you want to get on an interstate somewhere wide open.
Turnpike, you know, 81. You know, and the car can get away from you. It's got almost 500 horsepower, so it can get away from you. And it'll top speed on this car is like in the high 190s.
Wow. Let me ask you, what's something that really impresses car people about this car? As I've said several times in the show, I'm not a car person, but if you were talking with someone right now and you wanted to tell them about it, what would you say? Besides, well, I mean, the color is pretty cool.
It's the 7th generation Corvette that came out in 2014, and it was a whole new car from the previous generations. They started out with a clean piece of paper and redesigned a whole new car, and they're the best Corvette they built yet out of the 67 years that they're making them. It's really a fascinating car.
And I've worked with you twice. You trust me to drive your car?
I've been the only one that drives.
Okay, so no one else has driven this car?
No one else has driven this car other than when it goes in for service, and I put it in valet mode, so I know they can't screw around with it.
So the answer is no, but Ed and I get along. We're cool.
Yeah.
We're going to come right back. The cruise is going to happen, and then we're going to do some interviews up and down the street here in Pottsville as people have their cars parked to show off. Ed's going to talk all about them. We'll be right back on SSP TV. Welcome back to the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. I'm Ken Cara. Our coverage here on SSP TV being brought to you by Pioneer Pole Buildings, Harry's You Pull It, Vito's Coal-Fired Pizza and Restaurant, and Congressman Lou Barletta, thanking everyone and saying congratulations to everyone who makes the Great Pottsville Cruise so great. Also remember to watch SSP TV on Comcast Channel 190 right here in Pottsville from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. If you don't have cable, as Sam Lassant says, you should, but if you don't, you can go to YouTube and subscribe to the SSP TV YouTube channel. We're going to show you some B-roll, as we call it in the industry, of the actual cruise, but right now my friend Ed has a few interviews with some of the people who have driven their cars here today to be a part of the cruise, and he's also going to talk with Pottsville's mayor.
Okay, hi folks, welcome back here to the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise, and I'm here with Mayor Jim Muldowney of the city of Pottsville. Jim, 25 years for the cruise. This week we had some flooding here in Pottsville, but we were able to pull this event off.
I think we got over the flooding, and things look pretty good right now, and a nice crowd gathering here downtown. It's a great event. It brings a lot to the city.
Yes, 25 years, the cruise has raised a lot of money for charity, to various civic organizations in the area that really depend on this money, and the city has been really good to us for letting us have the cruise here.
Yeah, and the fact that you guys donate the money back to charities is just outstanding, and it's a fabulous thing. And the other part about the cruise, it really helps out the economics in the city of Pottsville, the vendors downtown, the stores, the bars, the restaurants. It's just all around, it's a good thing.
Okay, Jim, well, 25th in the books. Hope to see you next year for the 26th.
Good job. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was James Muldowney, the mayor of Pottsville. And when we come right back, we're going to have more great cars at the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. Stay tuned. Okay, hi folks. I'm here with Howie Dunlop. And Howie, I know you a long time, and I don't think you can keep a car longer than a year.
No,
I see now you have a 39 Ford Coupe here in Arrest Me Red.
Yep, resale red.
Resale red, okay, yeah.
Resale
If it's red, it's the price goes up.
You got it.
Tell us a little bit about the car here. What's in there for a powertrain?
It's got a 327, it's bored, it's 331. And other than that, it's basically stock. A little cam in it, but yeah.
Okay, and obviously you bought it like this. It isn't something you built.
No, we bought it. This is just the way I bought it. Yep.
Just the way you bought it. I see you got you got air conditioning in there.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the air, Ed.
Yeah, especially in a day like today, we're dying here.
You got it.
And if it rains, it makes it even worse.
Yes, it does. Yep.
For the inside here, what do we have? Some leather interior?
Yeah, we got Cadillac seats in there, and air conditioning, and power steering, tilt wheel, good stereo system in it. Just a cruiser, you know?
And how long have you had it?
We had this about 2 months, Ed.
About 2 months. How long do we plan to keep it?
Oh, maybe another 2.
Okay, Howie, I know you've been a long time coming to the Great Pottsville Cruise.
We've come from day one.
This is your 25th one.
Yep.
Well, that's good. We need people like you to keep coming back and bringing your friends.
We enjoy it. We enjoy it. We look forward to it every year, and it's just a great time.
Okay, well, enjoy it. It's just starting right now, and I'm going to swing over here to your cohort here, Bob Yanni and his 61 old drag car Corvette. Bob, I think I've talked to you a few times about your Corvette. I know it's a 61 since I'm a big Corvette fan. I love these first generation cars, and I always bust you. You should have that hard top off. That car's just meant to be driven with the top down.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't have the national champion lettering on it, or it wouldn't have that big Hurst flower on there that was on there in the winner's circle when Larry won the Nationals back in '68, which is 50 years this year. at Indy in September.
I know I have a 62 Vet at work right now, and I can't get into things with the hardtop, but I have a hard time because I'm too big, but with the top off, I'd slide right in them.
Yeah, I always watch my wife. I say, put your head down and get in there, you know. It's not the easiest thing.
It's that you change the big pizza pie steering wheel that these come stock with. It does make it a little easier to get in.
Yeah, a little bit. It helps a lot, especially in my condition. Sorry about that. But yeah.
And what engine-wise in there? What is it? A 283?
Yep, it's a 283 with the 2.4s. It's built pretty much exactly the way it was when they won the Nationals at Indy in '68.
Yeah.
And
you've also been coming to the cruise probably since it started.
pretty much. I think we might have missed one or two, and the reason we did is because it was the same week we were at Indy racing.
Yeah.
We had the junior car out there, and we were out at Indy at the same time the cruise was when we were racing back then. Yep.
All right, Bob. Well, enjoy the rest of the day here at the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise.
Thank everybody that that's involved in this, because we enjoy coming. I mean, it's kind of a neat thing, It's the best thing going for us guys,
Yeah, and it's local. You don't have to go far.
Right, that's for sure.
Okay, Bob. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, folks, more great cars to come here at the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. Okay, welcome back here to the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. Since Ken and I did our last interview, the skies opened up and it poured down rain. Just what every car guy wants, rain. And well, with that, I'm here with Denny and Melissa Unks from Pine Grove, and he has a very special car here. This is a 2018 Dodge Demon. And if you don't know what that is, Dodge made a limited run of these cars. They have 800 plus horsepower, and we'll let the owner tell us about it. Denny, horsepower is what, like
840.
840, okay.
Right. We took it right from the dealership, showroom floor to the drag strip, around a mid-10 quarter mile.
Okay, and as I was explaining before, they built these cars, they gave the dealers a window to pre-sell them all, and then they built them in color batches. So depending on what color you chose, is if you got yours first or last, and in your case, you choose the B5 Blue, which was one of the last colors that they produced.
148 B5 Blue made. There is one of 10 built like my configuration here.
Okay, and I know when you ordered this car, it was like agony waiting about 9 months until it got built.
It was 11 months from the time we ordered it to the time we received it.
What else? I know these cars, you pay like $1 to get a front seat and a back seat.
They only come with a front seat, just the driver's seat. And you pay another $1 to get the passenger seat and another $1 to get the rear seat, which we did, of course, but pulled them back out and put a delete panel in, so it's only a 2-seater now.
Okay, well, it's easier and cheaper to pay the $1 because you're getting the seat belts and everything with it, versus if you ordered it without it and then tried to put it in, it's a lot harder. It's easier to take it out than to put it back in.
By the paperwork, they said legally you couldn't put it back in because the safety equipment hadn't been installed for it. So you had to order it with it and remove it if you wanted to ever put it back in.
So now that you've had it for the summer, your impressions, any speeding tickets?
I've been very careful with it. It actually has a very nice feature which warns you of all the speed limit zones. So if you're speeding and come in, it tells you slow down. It's a good feature. So I go to the track enough that's where we act up with it.
And I know I had sent you a picture of one that was at Mecum Auction here in Harrisburg, and that car had, I think it was like about an $85,000 window sticker, and it sold for like $135,000. I know that they're bringing just tremendous money. So this is like a future classic that's a classic now.
Yeah, they're bringing crazy money. This is the first year after they've been built, but it was a 1-year only build, and we'll see how that goes down the road. But I'm going to enjoy it now.
Well, it was like buying a Superbird Roadrunner back in '70, and now look at where they're at today. So the only difference is this one right out of the gate went up versus went down.
Yeah, if I live another 50 years, I'll let you know how well it sells.
Okay, well, I know you've come to a lot of the Pottsville cruises, so enjoy the rest of the Great Pottsville Cruise.
It's always a good time here.
And the rain stopped.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's with these slicks. It didn't make for fun cruising.
Oh no, they're not meant to be driven on wet pavements.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And more cars to come here at the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise. I'm your host, Ed Hurst, along with Ken Cara. Okay, we're here with the owner of a 1966 Ford Mustang, and your name is?
Raymond Raimondo,
And you're from Frackville?
Frackville, Pennsylvania.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your Mustang here.
She is a 1966. She's an inline six, 200 cubic inch that I purchased from a gentleman who owns a shop down by the Top City. He has that little garage by the Top City. Great guy. We got it for a good, decent price, and we've been working on it since then to try to get her roadworthy. She's finally roadworthy, so now it's time to start on the detail.
That's the fun about having a car like this, folks. You know, it's a good old classic car that you probably didn't have to put a whole lot of money into, and it's an affordable car to go have fun with.
Well, I just put a new transmission in it. Not new, but rebuilt.
Yeah.
Had to drive to Connecticut to get it because I couldn't find one locally, but it was worth every penny. And now she's drivable. So now that she's drivable, now it's time, as I said, to start putting the money into it.
Okay, well, enjoy the rest of the Great Pottsville Cruise here today.
Absolutely, yes. This is very good. This is my first cruise, 25th anniversary. I can't think of a better time to start.
Well, thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Okay, folks, we're going to have some more owners here of cars. Okay, hi, folks. I'm here with Jeff Bowers from Marlin with his 1979 Ford F-250 pickup truck. Jeff, how long have you had this vehicle?
It's been in our family for approximately 25 years or better. I've had it since 2006, and I restored it. I only have it on the road about 3-4 years.
And I see here by the fenders, this has a big 460.
It does, yeah, big block. It originally had a 6-cylinder in it, and I thought I didn't want that in it. I wanted big tires and a lift, so if you're going to go big, you might as well go big.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Right.
Now, the next question is, can you pass a gasoline station without pulling in?
I cannot, but I didn't build it for fuel economy. I built it for burning rubber.
You're a true car guy, Jeff. I know you worked on this for quite a few years. You got the paint done and put the lift in and stuff, and the license plate here. This here was your grandfather's truck, am I correct?
Yeah, correct. It was his truck, and when he passed away in 2005, it was headed to the junkyard actually, and I saved it with the intention of making it just like a hunting truck and something to use, as a utility truck. And one thing led to another, and 10 years and a lot of dollar signs since then. Here she sits.
Yeah, that's the thing. It starts out the size of a BB and ends up the size of a bowler when you start working on something. You don't know when to stop. Well, I have this apart. Now I should take this apart, and this leads to that. Next thing you know, you had the thing off the frame. Well, now I got to rebuild the chassis. Now I got to rebuild the drivetrain. And then do the body work and put an interior in it and stuff. But the finished product's what counts. And there's not many of them left on the road anymore. And I'm glad you preserved this one.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. It's just one thing led to another, and this was down to the bare frame at one point, sandblasted, and built it from there. Basically rebuilt it from nothing back to where it is now.
And the color, your dad had this color truck in the 70s.
He did. He had a 76 F-250 with this color. It's actually a Lincoln Continental color from that year, and it was so cool. Everybody liked it, so I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, might as well make it unique.
Yeah, that's all in the family. Well, enjoy the rest of the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise, Jeff.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. More cars to come.
Welcome back. It is the 25th Great Pottsville Cruise here on SSP TV. I'm Ken Cara here with Bill Higgins from Pioneer Pole Buildings, one of our great sponsors, making sure that we could bring you this car cruise on SSP TV. Some of our other sponsors include Harry's You Pull It, Vito's Coal-Fired Pizza and Restaurant, and Congressman Lou Barletta, who congratulates all of the people who make the Great Pottsville Cruise so great. So Bill, I've heard the company's been with the Great Pottsville Cruise for many, many years. Why do you want to keep coming back and investing in this event?
Well, Bob and Diane Green are very community-minded. It brings people into the town, it brings business into town, it promotes the county, and the Greens are all about that. They like giving back to the county that gave to them so much.
All right, and I want to ask you too, if you're, I'm yelling a little bit because there's some great music behind us, and that's actually, it looks like the trailer is provided by Pioneer Pole Buildings. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, it's our marketing trailer. It's taken to a lot of events, shows, and we used to have a bandstand. And with the threat of rain this year, someone asked Bob about the trailer to put the band in to be covered up, and he did it welcomely.
So doing more, support financially, but also any way else you can to make this event a success. Are you a car guy? I mean, do you enjoy the vehicles? Do you come here again?
Yeah. I've always been a car guy. The cars are magnificent. When I had several.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have a car that you would show, or have you had a car in the past? Have you had a car in the past?
I've had cars in the past. I have a Miata, a 2000 Miata that's a classic, but that's my wife's. So.
What cars in the past did you have? What's one you were really proud of?
Probably the 70 442 W30 that I had. I should still have it. I don't know why I ever sold it.
I am not a car guy. Why was that so impressive? Why did you like that car so much?
It was a huge muscle car in its day, and it had all the options from the factory that you could get on them. I did it almost frame up, take it off the frame and did it, and took it to Carlisle and sold it. I wanted to get something else, and that didn't happen.
So you can appreciate how much work these guys and girls put into their cars here.
Oh, hours and tons of money. They're just beautiful rides.
Has anything jumped out at you today? Was there anything like that car that you had, or what really jumped out at you today?
Well, I really love Harry's Willys, the 41 Willys over here. It's a magnificent automobile. He worked on it for 3 years, and it's a showpiece. It's nice. He did a lot of work on it. He built it. He probably has, I won't even say what I think is in it. That's ridiculous. But it's a hobby that guys get caught up in.
I want to ask you one more question. So I've been reading all day about our sponsors, and I keep saying Pioneer Pole Buildings. Can you tell us what you do? What is the company doing?
Well, Pioneer is obviously pole barns, pole buildings. They also into metal roofing, arc rental, and Alpine hardware store. They're a conglomerate of stuff. They do it good, and they do excellent buildings. And they got into the metal roofing, and that's taken off pretty well too. He deserves it. He works hard.
Well, Bill, thank you so much. Number one, with the company coming out here, supporting the cruise, also supporting our coverage of the cruise, and also the great music right behind us. We'll enjoy some of that. And now I'm going to throw it to Ed Hurst because he has some more interesting interviews and interesting vehicles.
Okay, folks, we're back here, and I'm back with Jerry Enders. Jerry, the rain stopped, and are you happy with the turnout here?
Well, absolutely, Ed. Considering the past 2-3 weeks we've had here in Northeast Pennsylvania with flooding, rain, and the threat of rain today, I'll tell you, these people are troopers. We got some supercars, Corvettes, street rods, pickup trucks. They all came out. I'm very happy with the turnout. In spite of the rain and the weather, we're going to have a good day, a good evening, and we're going to really help the Lions charities.
Well, traditionally we used to hold this event 1 week earlier than we have, and had we held it last Saturday, we wouldn't be standing here doing this interview.
That's absolutely right, Ed. Sometimes things work out, and it's worked out great, but we're thrilled with it. I'm thrilled with the great amount of volunteers we have, the veterans, the Lions Club. I like to say that right on air because without them and the car people, yourself, and all the volunteers, it all comes together. We got a great band back this year, and things have just worked out, Ed. So a little cloudy, we're all a little wet from the rain, but it's going to be a good evening.
Well, we still have a couple hours to go here, and there are still people rolling in, so I think it was a major success, Jerry.
Absolutely, in spite of everything that Mother Nature dealt us this year. It's been great, and Ed, thank you. Thank SSP TV, Sam and the gang up there. Sam's always been a supporter, and he's been with me, I guess, 15 years Sam's been doing this.
All right, folks. Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Eddie.
We got more great cars and more great interviews to come. Folks, you're watching the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise from Downtown Pottsville. More great cars to come. Okay, we're here with a You can't miss this car if you park it, no matter how far out in the parking lot. I guess they call this sassy green, if I'm not...
Subline green.
Subline, sassy, it depends if it's a Plymouth or a Dodge.
Right.
But anyways, it's a 70 GTX, and I'm here with the owner, and your name is?
Rick Weitzel.
And where are you from, Rick?
Myerstown, PA.
Myerstown, well, that's not too far away. So it's a 70, which was the peak of the high-performance years of all muscle cars, whether it be Chrysler products, Ford products, or GM products. That was the highest horsepower. What size engine's in your car?
440.
440. We go right to the top. There's right to the top. And how long have you had the car?
I had about 10 years.
10 years? Yeah. Okay. 4-speed or automatic?
Automatic.
Automatic. So it's got the torque and it can really fly. You put your foot into it. I was always fascinated with this color, and it's so great. Back in the day, you could get cars like this. They had vinyl tops as an option. You got the black stripe on the hood. Did you buy the car like this, or did you restore it to this?
I bought it pretty much like this.
Pretty
I
much.
did some minor work to it. Upgraded the wheels and, the tires and electronic ignition, carburetor, intake, did all. Just stuff like that.
So you can hit the key and go with it and not have to worry about
auto
points.
detailing for a living, so it's always glossy.
So it's always glossy
a
and
little special shine on it.
Well, that's good. It's a very nice car. I'm always, like I said, fascinated with these cars here, the GTX. They were great cars in the day, and they've really appreciated in value.
Yeah, you're right.
As you well know.
Have them and keep them.
Have them and keep them. I interviewed the gentleman there with the Demon, and I said, you got the only modern day car that what it costs new, it has gone up significantly.
Right.
Well, is this your first time at the Great Pottsville Cruise?
I was here 2 years ago. I just couldn't make the last two, but I try to get here when I can.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We're glad you came out, and enjoy the rest of the day, and hopefully it won't rain anymore.
Yeah, right.
Okay, folks, we're going to have more great cars and trucks and interviews with owners, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm here with the owner of this beautiful 1970 Buick GSX, and the car is black with white interior with white stripes, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm here with the owner, and your name is?
Harry Lewis.
And Harry, where are you from?
Andrews.
Andrews. How long have you had your Buick?
About 15 years.
15 years. These cars here in the performance car for Buick, these were real sleepers, because most people back in that era went like Chevelle or GTO, but this car here was like the luxury performance car of the 1970s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know they used to run them against the Hemis and stuff too.
Did you do the car over? Was it basically the way we see it?
I did the entire car except for the paint. I did the interior, I built the motor, everything.
455 in this?
Yep, stage one.
Stage one 455. It's got the Buick Mag wheels on it. Right. Yeah, these are very rare cars. They're out there, but they're far and few between. You go to a show, you don't see them that often. But it's a gorgeous car and a gorgeous color combination. Any factory options? Does it have air conditioning or anything like that?
No.
No, just a.
You don't have air conditioning in a muscle car.
Yeah, some of them do, but it's a bone stock muscle car. So. Is this your first time at the Great Pottsville Cruise?
No.
No, I can see your stickers there. You've been here a few times. Mm-hmm. So, well, you brought it out. It rained a little. Looks like it could rain again. Let's hope it doesn't. And enjoy the rest of your day here at the Great Pottsville Cruise.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we're here with this gorgeous 1970 Corvette Stingray, and it's owned by Brandon Cuck. Beautiful car that they just did a restoration on. It's got new paint, new interior, the drivetrain's rebuilt. It's a beautiful 70 Corvette, 350 horse, 4-speed with factory air conditioning. Brandon, you got a very nice car here. What can you tell us about it?
Oh boy, that's just it's really special to me. It's my dad's dream car, and had a lot of special memories in it, and now I'm getting to make some special memories with my nephew Declan and just enjoy the car. And
yeah, I know it was your dad's car, and unfortunately he passed away right after the car got done. I know it's very special, and it's a car that'll be a keeper in your family. 70 was a short year for Corvette because Corvette was on strike that year for 6 months. They had a very short production run, so there weren't many 70s built. And this car, equipped the way it is, and the options that it has, it's a very rare car. And I guess, is this the first time you've had this since it's done now to the Pottsville Cruise?
It's the first time to the cruise since
You
all the work's
restored
been
it.
done to it. Yeah.
Well, I know it rained a little bit. Hopefully it won't rain anymore and get any wetter.
Yeah, it looks like it's holding out.
Yeah. So enjoy the rest of your day here at
Yeah.
the Great Pottsville Cruise.
Will do.
Well, Ed, what a day. I mean, we've been up and down 4 or 5 times. What really stood out to you? What impressed you? What vehicle really sticks out in your mind still?
I can't really pick one because there's so many different ones in so many different categories between cars and trucks, new and old. A lot of great cars, a lot of cars that people put a lot of time and money in. I like some of the stories we heard, how it was in the family, I've restored it, or I bought it and I did this to it. But what a day. I mean, despite a little bit of rain and hot and humid, we had a great day here, Ken, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I was actually talking with the gentleman. He has the light blue car there.
Yeah,
Do you
the
know
41
anything about-
Chevy.
Yeah. That I was impressed by that. I'm gonna pick that one as my favorite if I can.
You're gonna pick
Yours
this
was
one?
number 2.
All right. my Corvette was number 2. Well, thank you. I don't know if I had to pick a car. I mean, there's just too many cars to favor one out. Yeah, but they're all great, and I thank all the people that came with their cars and supported the 25th Annual Great Pottsville Cruise.
And I think what impressed me too when you said the stories about cars being in the family and that, do you see that happening a lot? I mean, is this a family kind
Yes,
of affair?
it's amazing. You know, people get a car, a relative had it or their father, they drove it, they put it away in a garage, a barn or something. The next generation, 20, 30, 40 years later, uncovers it, brings it out, brings it back to life, gets it back on the road again. And that's what it's all about, getting that car back rolling down the road again and enjoying it.
Well, I definitely enjoyed today. It was the 25th anniversary of the Great Pottsville Cruise with Ed Hurst. Thank you so much for your time. I'm King Cara. This is on SSP TV. You can watch us anywhere in the world. Just go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, or download that Samsung Productions app. We're also on right here in Pottsville, channel 190 from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Comcast. And then in Service Electric, Wilkes-Barre Cable Communications, channel 92, Saturday and Sunday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Scranton, Comcast 190. We're on Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. until noon. And from where I'm from, Ed, in Hazleton, it's Service Electric Cablevision in HD on channel 513 and in SD on channel 13. I think I got everything in. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you, Ed. We'll see you again next year.
Yeah, you'll see me again next year. I enjoyed doing it.
All right. Well, we'll see you, Ed, again next year. Hope you enjoyed the show this year. Take it easy, everyone.